to the Capricorn full moon, and it is a supermoon. Now, this is a series of supermoons. The Sagittarius full moon in June was a supermoon. The Capricorn full moon in July, exact on July 12th, is a supermoon. And the Aquarius full moon in August will be another supermoon. Supermoons are extra potent, extra intense, and really powerful. I'm sure you're even feeling this energy now as we build towards the full moon. A supermoon means that the moon is closest to the earth and in direct alignment with the sun and the earth at the time of its peak, its full moon. So it is a time for us to look at our emotional needs and our professional needs. Cancer rules how you nurture yourself, how you nurture others. Cancer rules the foundation in our astrology. It is the area of life that has to do with how we support ourselves emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. Without you, what do we have? So the challenge with Cancer can be we can be too entangled in relationships. We can be too entangled with our children, our family members. And as a result, we're not clear or focused in what we need to be doing with self or what we need to be doing professionally. Now, the opposite can ring true as well. As Capricorn is the focus here, Capricorn rules the area of your life that has to do with how you define your individuality in the world, your reputation in the world, your profession in the world. Now, for those of you that are stay-at-home moms, which I believe is a full-time job, and there is nothing more honorable and important than raising healthy, happy, functional children. We just don't recognize the feminine principles on the planet as we do male conquering, achieving, making money, and owning things. So there's still that imbalance going on. And Cancer is here to remind us that we need a balance of the both. They're not in conflict with each other. It's just that we may have gone too far in one area. So we may be too focused on our material goals. We may be too focused on our reputation in the world. We may be too focused on what we're achieving in the world at the expense of our health, our emotional needs, our personal needs. So one is not greater than the other, one is not better than the other. It is about balance, right? Because we're both male and female. Women are feminine on the outside, masculine on the inside. This is Jungian psychology. Men are masculine on the outside and feminine on the inside. So we are a mixture of both, of male and female, yin and yang, Cancer and Capricorn. So Cancer is reminding us, take care of yourself, nurture yourself, be there for yourself. Meet your own needs. When you meet your own needs, you become needless. When you become needless, you're free. You are free to create. You are free to produce. You are free to excel, and you are free to be abundant. And you're here to be abundant. Capricorn reminds us you have duties, you have responsibilities, and you have a destiny in the world. What is your destiny in the world? Every soul has a unique purpose. Every soul has something special that they've come to contribute. And their twin flame holds that balance for them. Whether your twin flame is an ascended master or walking the earth plane, they don't have to be with you physically. It is a spiritual relationship. But you have the same dharma, the same mission, so to speak. And so wherever you are, whoever you're with, you are always one with Source and your twin flame. So the Cancer is reminding us to have a strong foundation. The stronger your foundation, the more you can do in the world. Capricorn is reminding us that we have responsibilities. And the only way you can be free is to take responsibility for yourself. Because if you are blaming the externals the family, the institutions, the government, the weather, whatever, you give your power to those things. You are saying you are more powerful than me. And that's illusion, because Creator wouldn't send you here unless you had the power within yourself to free yourself. Whatever the challenge is, you have the tools available to overcome all obstacles. And that's what Capricorn demonstrates. It's that mountain goat. Climb into the top of the mountain. Climb into your mighty I am presence. Climb into your greatest achievement in the world. Climb into your biggest success. And let yourself define what success is for you. Don't let the externals define what success is for you, or you'll be lost in illusion. You'll be lost chasing the approval of others, chasing the approval of what's outside of you, when the truth is all you ever needed was your self-approval, your soul approval. Self as higher self, not ego self, higher self. And so you're here to have a wonderful life, an abundant life, and to feel good, to feel nurtured. Now, the Capricorn full moon is past the Pluto-Uranus, which is good. It's good for the Capricorns. It's good for all of us. So it isn't so much on you, but we know the intensity is still there. We know Pluto and Uranus are still hanging around. And Mars is at 23 degrees Libra. He's flying forward. He will be in his ancient home sign, traditional sign, Scorpio, on the 25th, which will absolutely delight Mars. And will make things easier too, because there's less stress on the Pluto-Uranus. Jupiter moves into Leo on July 16th. And I'm going to go into detail as to what that means for you personally in the August astrology forecast. So you'll want to see that, the Jupiter in Leo, and what that means for you personally in the astrology forecast of August. Now, if you want to know what the Capricorn full moon means for you personally, you want to go to my July astrology forecast. I go into detail there as to what it means for you based on your sun sign. And when I do the sun sign astrology, I take the sun to the ascendant. So if you have a different ascendant, you want to watch that one too, and then decide for yourself which one more applies to you. You are a multidimensional being, and there are different layers to you. And you want to understand self. There's nothing greater than understanding self. You are the greatest mystery. And astrology is a fabulous tool, application to understand yourself better, understand your struggles. That way we don't struggle, because we stop resisting what we've chosen, and we choose our astrology before we come in order to have the experiences that we have, in order to become who we need to become. So the Capricorn full moon is affecting all of us, and I use these full moon podcasts, new moon podcasts, to talk to all of us, and I use the monthly forecast to go into detail as to what it means for you personally. But the Capricorn full moon is action-packed, because the Pluto-Uranus dynamic is still going on, even though it's not on the sun and the moon. And there's another interesting dynamic going on right now too, and that's happening between Saturn and Uranus. Saturn is about security. Saturn is about structure. Saturn is about being patient and determined. Saturn can also bring up our fears, our insecurities. I'm not good enough. I'm not doing enough. Really? Me? You want me to do that? What about, and that's all that, Saturn, wherever we have Saturn in our chart, or whatever Saturn's aspecting, it brings up our insecurities. It can bring up our vulnerabilities and fears. Uranus is completely opposite. Uranus is liberation, freedom. Uranus will cause tornadoes and earthquakes to free us. And you'll stand there in the ashes of the past, and Uranus is like, isn't this wonderful? You're free now. And Saturn's over there going, wait a minute, you just took my house. Are you kidding? And so it's a very different energy with each other. And they're inconjunct. And inconjunct is like when you go to the chiropractor and you get an adjustment. So there's an adjustment that needs to happen. And it will affect you personally depending on where Scorpio is in your chart and where Aries is in your chart, because Saturn is in Scorpio and Uranus is in Aries, and they're in conjunct, and it's exact at the time of the Capricorn full moon. It's going on in July, and I talk about it in detail in the August astrology forecast, and I'll talk about it as well at the next full moon in Aquarius. So these two are hanging around with each other for a while because these are slower moving planets. Saturn is retrograde. Saturn goes direct on July 20th. And that will give you the opportunity to apply everything you've learned in this 5-month period that he has been retrograde, that you will be able to review and reflect upon what you've learned about yourself. When Saturn is retrograde, the teacher goes within, the guru is within, and so you've been restructuring yourself on the inside. Now that Saturn's going direct, now it's time to apply what you've learned. And the Capricorn full moon is about owning your power and being your own authority. Be your own authority. You are the authority of your life. Own it. Own your power. Don't give your authority away to others. You may think they know more or smarter than you or wiser than you, but when you do that, you are walking away from your own inner being. The same with your children. You don't have to control them or hide them or keep them, safe. They have an inner being. They have an inner guidance. And that inner being and that inner guidance leads them through life. And we want for them to learn how to be strong so that they can trust their inner being, so that they're not giving their authority over to the externals. Not that we don't listen to other people, of course we do. And we always want to take counsel with experts and those that know more than us in any particular field, absolutely. But you have the final word of your life. You are the final authority of your life, because where we are is based on the choices we've made. And so Capricorn is saying, be the authority of your life. Be who you really are. Saturn and Uranus are doing a cosmic chiropractor adjustment on you. So wherever Scorpio is where you need to make an adjustment. The Scorpio Aries is an area of where you need to make an adjustment. And like I said, I'll go into detail on that in the August forecast. But they're very different energies. Saturn is about building status quo. Let's keep things the same. Let's play it safe. Uranus is the liberator. Uranus is about freedom. Uranus is saying no. Let's break it down. Let's break through. Let's innovate. Let's recreate. Let's be geniuses and mastermind our next great adventure. Mastermind how we can increase prosperity. Mastermind how we can raise our energy and liberate a planet. And so it is exciting times. Now, Venus enters Cancer on July 18th. That's a sweet energy. That is, just feels good to even saying it. Mercury enters Cancer on July 13th. So we still have this nourishing, nurturing energy, goddess energy going on with the faster moving planets, the Mercury and the Venus. Jupiter enters Leo on July 16th, and this is so exciting. I am so thrilled about this, because I have such good news for everyone for August. And that really excites me when I have good news to give people, because, let's face it, we've all been through a lot with this Pluto-Uranus. And, it's not done yet we have turned a corner, and it won't be as intense as it's been. Even when those two face off again, I think the last pass is in December, and then the final pass will be March 17th, 2015. It's not going to be as intense as it was, because Jupiter will be in Leo, and Jupiter and Uranus are harmonizing. They're forming trines, 3 of them. The first one will be September 21st through October 2nd, 2014. The second one will be February 20th through March 13th, 2015. And the third one will be June 10th through July 4th, 2015. That's something to look forward to. And of course, I will go into detail in the monthlies when that's happening. It's my favorite aspect. Jupiter in Leo, trining Uranus in Aries, is going to be an opportunity, depending on where Leo is in your chart and Aries is in your chart, it's going to create openings for you. And this is a wonderful energy. Jupiter is optimism, abundance, expansion, hope. It expands everything it touches. It is about expanding your consciousness, personal growth, professional growth, relationship. And it's in harmony with Uranus. And when it's in harmony with Uranus like this, it creates prosperity, it creates opportunity, it creates breakthroughs, it creates windfalls. You know, like all of a sudden you have this lump sum of money you didn't know was there, lands in your lap. Or an opportunity to get published, an opportunity to bring in great people into your life who really partner with you and support you and work with you. Soulmates, right? Soulmates come in all shapes and sizes. Hollywood's done this big romantic thing, but soulmates are really people that are our family, our soul family. They line up with us. They come in at the right time and they support us. And they may not be able to stay with us a long period of time, but that doesn't diminish the quality of the relationship, because it's not length of time that people are together, it's the impact that they have on us. So Jupiter is not only about, you know, great relationship and professional achievement and expansion. Of course we want those things. It's also about growing you, like learning things about yourself. The greatest mystery is self. Who am I? What am I? Why am I here at this most important time in humankind's history? This is the turning of the time where the planet fully moves into the light. And we end war on the planet, and we raise the standard of living for everyone on the planet. And we're moving into this. And you are the light workers, and you are the ones that are participating in doing this. And so this is a very important time, and everyone matters and everyone counts, and it's really exciting. So this Jupiter into Leo is a big deal. Now, it's not going to mitigate what Pluto and Uranus are doing, right? Because Pluto and Uranus are so powerful, they're changing everything. And Jupiter can help, but Jupiter's much faster moving. And it's the slower moving planets that penetrate the deepest and last the longest that affect us the greatest. And so we love the Jupiter in Leo. We love that it's lining up with Uranus. It's my favorite aspect, is Jupiter-Uranus aspects, because even the oppositions and squares feel good, and usually that's a very challenging energy. It feels good, and it brings you opportunity. It's amazing, but you have to act on it fast, because the opportunity can drop in your lap, and if you don't seize it in the moment, it's gone again. So with Jupiter and Uranus, you really want to look at things. If an opportunity drops in your lap, you want to take it. July is an action month. The planets are moving. Mercury is direct. Mercury is flying forward. First he's in Cancer, and then on the last day of the month, he's in Leo. He jumps into Leo on the 31st. So you can see that July is not like June or even May. It is flying forward time. It's action. The cardinal signs are powerful signs. They are action-moving signs. They change the seasons. When the sun goes into Cancer, we enter summer in the northern hemisphere, winter in the southern hemisphere. When the sun goes into Libra, we enter fall in the northern hemisphere, spring in the southern hemisphere. So you can see that these energies are extremely important and powerful and potent and intense, and they shift not only our personal lives, but they shift us collectively, and they are raising the vibration on the planet. They're cleaning out what no longer serves you. So let go of what no longer serves you. That's what Pluto and Uranus are doing. And then you won't struggle. You're not here to struggle. Don't resist what's happening. Don't resist what you've chosen. And be the authority of your life. Because when you are the authority of your life, you're owning your power, and you are the captain of your ship. You are the master of your destiny. Doesn't mean we don't take advice from others, because other people have great information for us, but you are the final authority, and you are the one that decides for you what is right for you, what is best for you. And so the Capricorn full moon is reminding you to seek that balance in your life, right? Nurture yourself and take good care of yourself so that you can reach your achievement in the world, your goals in the world, even if that's to be the best mom, even if that's to be the best dad, even if that is to be a great volunteer because you are blessed and you don't have to work. and you're blessed, and you have your own business, or you work from home, or whatever you're doing, or you're in school. Now, if you're in school, that is your career, because it's going to take you to your first job or your next job. So being in school is the same as having a profession. So balance is the key. We don't want to go to one extreme or the other, because that's too much. If we're too involved with other people, we're taking the focus off of self. Bring the focus back to self. What do you need right now? Check in with yourself every day. What do I need right now? Do I need more sleep? Do I need more water? Do I need to exercise? Do I need to meditate? Do I need to just chill out? What do I need? Capricorn, what do I need to accomplish my goals? What do I need to be a success in the world? Am I owning my authority? That's what Saturn wants to know. You have an inner Saturn. You have an inner being. It is wise. It is your soul. Tap into that part of you. It will give you power. Uranus will retrograde on the 21st, and it will be retrograde until December. So this will give us an opportunity to integrate more of the change that we've already undergone for this first half of 2014, which has been super intense. I think we're going to like the second half much better than the first half. And that's because the energies lessen, and Jupiter is now in harmony with Uranus instead of squaring off with it. Mars is now teaming up with Saturn, and I'll talk about that in August, because that's a really powerful aspect that can make you be committed in your goals, committed in what you're doing to achieve your dreams come true. And with Uranus backing off, that is going to relieve things as well, in a sense. But again, you still need to make that adjustment. Cosmic chiropractor, Saturn and Uranus, there's an adjustment that needs to happen, and it affects the areas of your life that have to do with Scorpio in your natal chart and Aries in your natal chart. And it'll be different for everybody. But basically, where do you need to make an adjustment in your life that has to do with your security and your freedom, that has to do with your foundation and what you're creating, what you're innovating, where you're breaking through. So there's an adjustment that's needed in order to reach your goals. And we want to make that adjustment, right? It's like when we go to the chiropractor, we feel so much better after we get an adjustment, right? It's like, oh, I feel so much better. So it's like that, you know, make the adjustment. What is your security requiring of you? What is your profession requiring of you? What are your goals? And where do you need to liberate yourself? Where do you need more freedom? Where do you need to be able to expand and create? So that energy will be ongoing in July and into August. And then muscular Mars moves into Scorpio on July 25th. That's awesome. Because Mars will be very comfortable being in his traditional sign of Scorpio. And then it is not challenging the Pluto-Uranus anymore, or even Jupiter. So it will square off with Jupiter, and I talk about that in August, because that actually feels good. That's a can-do energy. When Mars squares Jupiter, I can do this, I can do that. Challenge with Jupiter squares, and I talk about this in August, is the challenge with Jupiter squares is we can overextend ourselves. So we overcommit, we overdo. I can do that, where I just do too much in a day, and then I'm really tired by the end of the day, and then I wake up tired the next day. That kind of thing. So you want to watch that, right? Balance is the key. Not going to any extreme, not being in a hurry. This is not the time to push. It's time to ride the wave, because the wave is gaining momentum now. And the energy is forward movement. So it's a great time to take action. It's a great time to, start a business, go to school, get married, start a family. Whatever your heart's desire is, this is a wonderful time to do it. So use the Capricorn full moon to create balance in your life. Nurture yourself, be attentive to your responsibilities and your duties and obligations, and have fun. It's summer in the Northern Hemisphere.